Good morning, it's me. I'm back, and I'm portrait again. I'm Stephanie Flath, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm coming to you live on Wednesday morning, January. Wow, I had all these months fly through my head, I couldn't think of it. January 4, it's 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time, and I'm excited to be here with you today. Let me know when you get on, and I'm going to refresh my screen here so that I can see comments better. So you can find me every Wednesday morning, 10:30, on my Facebook business page here, facebook.com/Dazzled by Stamping. And any other time, you can find me, hello, hi Nancy and Terry and Kathy. Any other time you can find me on my website at dazzledbystamping.com. So I'm portrait again, as if you didn't notice. Hopefully I'll be less distracted this week, and just eventually Facebook will decide that they'll allow landscape again. I don't know what the deal is. I've been doing the same thing for years. And it's just being weird. Did I say hi, Marlene? Hi. So I know you probably can't share over here, but Marlene was just thinking of your mom. I hope she's doing better now that she's, I think you said she's home. So I need a drink already. So I'm showing you new product today that I'm excited about. Hi, Carrie. I just got your card yesterday. Thanks. I think it was yesterday. I'm showing new product today. You can't order it today unless you're a demonstrator and you join my team. But you can order it starting tomorrow. The new mini catalog goes live tomorrow, as well as the celebration brochure. So, starting tomorrow, with every $50 that you spend, well, product that you order, every $50 of product that you order, so it's before shipping and tax, you get to choose a free celebration item from the special brochure that we have right now. So there's stamp sets and designer paper. Hi, Dina. Yes, we're starting the new year. And as far as, and hostesses get an extra stamp set besides whatever it is that they've earned. And when you join my team, you get an amazing amount of product, either you get $175 of product for $99 plus tax. Woohoo, that's crazy. Or you have two choices. You can have 175. No, is that right? Oh, I better look. Just a sec. I'm going to say it wrong. Choices make confusion for me. Hi, Robin. From Kentucky. I forgot that's where you live. That's cool. Okay, I'm going to read right from here. Choice of $175 for only $99. That's an amazing deal. That's an extra, I can't do the math, $76 of product. Okay, actually, you know what? You're doubling your product because you're paying $99 plus tax, but normally you get to choose, oh, I'm going to confuse myself. Normally you get to choose $125. This time you get to choose $175. Forget the doubling. I'm going to confuse myself and you. Or you can choose either a mini boss, a mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, or there's a boho mini mini boss that they came out special for this promotion for celebration. Boho blue mini boss. Sorry, I said that wrong. Plus $175 for, you only have to pay $129 plus tax. So you're getting an extra $50 of product, plus you're getting the mini boss for $30 instead of $63. Ooh, that's a good deal. Love it. So you can choose either between the normal white or the boho blue. Yes, boho blue. I was making sure I was saying that right. And in case you're interested, I will have the blue machine at Hostess Appreciation, so you can see it. I'm not pulling it out right now. I didn't open the box yet. Yeah, I know. It's awesome. Some people just like something new, something different. So anyway, so you have those options to join my team. So that's amazing. So I'm going to stop gabbing for a moment and, well, gabbing in that way. I'm gonna draw names is what I'm gonna do. So in case you're new to me, or haven't watched me in a while, so everything that I make, usually I give away. And how you get entered into that drawing is by sharing my video. Like right now, you can share if you want to. And then you need to come back and tell me in the comments here that you shared it, because I can't tell. Facebook sometimes hides stuff like that just out of privacy. Oh, hi, Pedro. Good evening. Okay, so what time is it there? I forgot how much time difference there is. Thanks for sharing already, Dot. So I am going to, so right now I'm going to draw two names because I had a gift card holder as a box, cute little box, gift card holder, and a card that I made from Paper Pumpkin last week. And so everybody that told me that they shared last week, I put into what I call my randomizer. Do you guys watch Food Network? You know, watch, what? Tournament of Champions was what I got the randomizer name from. We watch Food Network a lot. Excuse me. Anyway, so I have entered into the computer. Marlene, yay! You're my first winner. All right. Need to write here. Marlene VanderZouwen is my first winner. Okay. Congratulations. And I need to pick another name and start. You watch it a lot, Jamie? 6:40 p.m. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's, so you're 8 hours ahead of us. Is that right? Did I do the math right? Crazy. So you're on the same time zone as either Greece or Italy. I only know that because we went there for one of my incentive trips. Oh, Dot, you're my second winner. It was sitting there waiting for me. Congratulations, Dot. You don't have scheduled to come over to my house this time, though. So I earned an incentive trip, which is, by the way, I have to say, it is earned by less than 1% of the demonstrator population. Truth in advertising. So we went to, we flew into Rome-ish. Was it? Yeah, Rome must have been Rome was the city that we flew into, but then we drove to I forgot the name. It's really long. Todd couldn't ever say it. I could say it when I looked at it. anyway, Greece was either 6 or 7 hours, and Rome was either 6 or 7 hours, the opposite way. I don't remember which way. Hi, Marcia, you didn't win. I'm sorry. I still have chocolate sitting here for you, though, because you haven't stopped by. But also it wouldn't matter because I still have some other stuff that I still need to mail besides chocolate that I don't mail. Okay, so anyway, thank you for sharing. Congrats to Marlene and Dot. And now I'm going to show you a new product. I'm so excited. Okay, so I decided to go with, I'm going to be honest, going to be truth in advertising again. I chose the stamp set partly because it's adorable and I have it, but also partly because it's photopolymer and I didn't have to mount it. I haven't mounted all my new stuff yet. You'll pick it up for her, right, Dot? Okay. So I'm working with Silly Goose today. I just think it's hilarious and so cute. So the name is Silly Goose. It's just a stamp set that's not a bundle. But of course we can make it go with so many things. And what I chose to have it go with today is, I need to sort of, oh yeah, I knew what you were talking about, Dot. I just didn't trust that you would actually give it to Marcia. You would pick it up for her, but that you didn't say you would bring it to her. Okay, so I'm using designer paper. It's called, yeah, I know you girls are so thoughtful to offer to pick it up for her. I knew you're a teaser, Dot. Just like Marlene says she'll help, Dot. Oh, you girls are funny. Okay. So the designer paper that I'm gonna use, Marsha's gonna get over here any minute now because she's not gonna trust these ladies helping her out. The designer paper is called Enjoy the Journey. So I'm gonna show you the side that coordinates with, there's probably, I don't remember now. And I'm sorry, just so you know, I can't show you the inside of my catalog right now because it's not live yet. Hopefully you have it in your hands and I can direct you to it. I'm gonna find it here. Enjoy the Journey, page 59 in the catalog. So it is, yep, it's a big old suite. So lots of gorgeous colors, and there's a like a mountains and journey type stamp set there. So I can't show you the inside of the catalog because it's not live yet. Tomorrow I could just show you the catalog, but that's Stampin' Up! Policy so that everybody has access to it at the same time if they're not a demonstrator. So that's their rules. Okay, so I'm going to show you the side that's the adventure side first, and it could be upside down. I'm sorry, because I'm just going to flip it. But okay, so here's so it has like a top and bottom. They're different colors. There's mountains. There's lots of color. Like let's see if I can do this. Pull this down so you can see. Ooh, yikes. You can see that. And that. Now I'm showing you the other side too. That. So you sort of have a top and bottom of scenes, like this one, for example. There's an upper and a lower, so you can flip it around. But then here is like the graphic side. So you can see all of the different designs here. Yeah, they're amazing colors. I know. I like it. All right. So I'm using that today. And I'm going to be using a couple different embellishments today. One is totally different. It's so cool. And I just saw it and like, yeah, I'm going to do that. Even though it's from a different suite. I did not get this suite, by the way. I just got the paper because I loved the colors. So anyway, that's what I'm playing with today, and I'm just loving this. Also, I pulled out all of my markers, all of my kinds of markers. I have tiny little areas to color. I like the graphic sides better too, Dot. I mean, I'm sure that the other side is great, and I'm sure I'll figure something else with it, but I'm more of the graphic side. So I have little areas to color and other areas that I don't have the, that I want blend. So I have blends, I have regular markers, I have my blending pen, blender pen? Yeah, blender pen. Things are so confusing. Stampin' Blends is the alcohol markers. Stampin' Write markers are the regular markers that you can get in the all 40 pack. And then blender pens, it's the clear one that you can blend. You can use it with watercolor pencils. You can blend markers, but I always think that one's a little bit like the regular markers. Oh, that one's always a little bit harder. Oops, I just dropped it. The way I like to use blender pens usually, sorry, I'm shaking the whole table, is with ink pads. So that's probably, well, anyway, I'll eventually do that. Okay, so I'm going to put you down so that I can do some stamping. And I did do some die cutting / embossing already. I'm not going to do that on camera, but I'll show you what I used for it. So I'm going to put you down. So I need my magic wand to backwards you, upside down you, and then we'll see how far we can get. You know what? I'm just going to leave it like that. Because it's going to be good enough. Okay. So I, by the way, in the beginning, if you're just joining me right now, I took a second to refresh my screen on computer so that I can see comments on my computer even while my camera is down. So anyway, you can ask me questions as you go. So the first one that I want to do, I'm going to use, this is just, this is the biggest, I'm using Stylish Shapes. This is the biggest circle from it. It is, in case you haven't had these or haven't seen them, oh, I'm going to show you on the die itself. Just a second, let me find it. This is double stitched. I don't know if you can see that or not, but I'm trying to show you. So both the stitching on the circle that I die cut out is stitched, and then also there's another stitching on the outside, so what's left behind is stitched also. So sometimes that's helpful for if you're doing if you like using the negative image sort of thing. Is that right? Negative image. We're gonna go with it. Okay, so I hid my Memento ink pad from myself. So I'm using Memento. There are 2 reasons to use Memento if you're me. If you're you, you might just love Memento, but for me, it's when I'm using photopolymer stamps, which are the completely clear ones. You should not use black StazOn. Well, you should not use StazOn with it. StazOn is a solvent-based ink that can dry and damage your photopolymer stamps. I've had it happen before. These tiny little lines. By the way, I should show you this on the stamp set. These tiny little lines, like the string of this balloon here, it can damage and get brittle and break off. I had that happen with a word stamp set one time before I learned that, read the small print about black StazOn. Okay, so that's one reason to use Memento. The other reason is when I'm using Stampin' Blends, the alcohol-based markers. These require that so that they don't completely make the black ink smear and blend and all that kind of stuff. Black stays on would not stay. Otherwise, I like black stays on because it's a darker black. This tends to dry, in my opinion, to more of a gray than a jet black like the stays on is. So I'm inking this up. And this one barely fits on this biggest circle. Hi, Julie. How are you? Are you in Michigan or are you... I don't even know where you're living right now. I feel like you just moved, but I don't remember where. New Orleans? Are you in New Orleans? I feel like you moved after I was there because I went there this summer. Okay, so here's our silly little goose. And he just fits in there. And I already stamped one because I need to make sure that it wasn't still wet while I was trying to color it. So I'm going to do some coloring first. I'm using pinks and oranges because of the paper that I chose. I just don't remember if I want this dark one. We're going to go with this dark one. Okay, so this is Melon Mambo. Both Melon Mambo and Polished Pink are in the designer paper that I'm using. And then there's also Mango Melody and Pumpkin Pie. That's in this designer paper. Did I have my... Yes, I do have my cushion under here. I actually have a big one. This is not something that Stampin' Up! Sells, but it's perfect for when I'm live, so I don't have to worry about it. I have a big one that's the size of my my grid paper here. So yes, with photopolymer, I always want cushion underneath. Thank you for asking that, Dot. I always want cushion underneath my stamping surface because otherwise it does not necessarily stamp well because it's too sorry, I have a hard time talking when I'm coloring. Plus Todd just walked in. He's working a half day today. I get distracted easily. So photopolymer, unlike, I don't have a, I do have, so this is non-photopolymer. This is our cling stamps. These have cushion underneath the red. And so it already comes with that. But photopolymer has no cushion. It's completely clear. So you need cushion under your work surface so that you get a good image. All right, so now I'm going to use Stampin' Blends this time. So yes, I want to do light first. These colors didn't look very different when I first colored them. So I'm just doing the light first, and then I'm going to highlight with the dark. So I'm not sure I'm truly blending here. It's such a small area, you don't have to do a lot of blending. So I'm just adding the dark to these lines right here. Here's my goose. All right, now this is where I'm actually using my blender pen. Hi, Nancy Reynolds, how are you? I haven't seen you in a long time. Or at least, quote unquote, seen you. I mean, seen your name pop up. Okay, so I'm using my blender pen with my ink pad. This is my favorite way to use blender pens. You need to press kind of hard, but you need to be careful if you have I don't know, this is a different kind of case than the Stampin' Up! Cases. I used when we used to have, hi Kristen, how are you? When we used to have, what were those called? The slidey five color ink pads. Kaleidocolor. Is that right? Kaleidocolor? the case was much more brittle, I guess, than this was. And I actually just broke the case trying to push it. I'm good, thank you, Kristen. So I'm pressing my thumbs here and picking up ink from the ink pad. And so that's how I'm going to use, my blender pen. So I'm just going to use, this is Smoky Slate, by the way. I'm coloring it at a weird angle. I don't know why. So I'm just sort of giving a little bit of color. I want my goose white, but I want a little bit of color to sort of do some highlighting here. So it's not just stark white. So that's all. I'm going to run that off till it's clear. So that's all the coloring that I'm going to do of the actual goose. Can you see where I did that? Okay. Now for some color. As I pull up my card base, which is white. Okay, I am adding color, but my base is white. Where did I put my mat? I have my... It was out, and I've hid it from myself. Just a second. I need a mat for doing my adhesive. It was here, honest. And seriously, I had it. Okay, just a sec. I gotta go grab. Oh, I see it. Thought I was gonna have to get up. Okay. I know I'm silly. Okay, so now I'm gonna really add color now. Putting down a black layer. I'm keeping my colors from you before I put them out. Okay, so I use this silicone mat because it helps me get my adhesive started, and it will not, if I happen to hit it, adhesive will just roll off of here so it doesn't get stuck to my surface, and it just helps this work much better because I can start it on and off, or I mean like start off and end off, and it just sort of makes it so that you don't get the booger things here. Now for color. All right, so these are the colors that I'm using from the, Enjoy the Adventure. Is that it? I keep forgetting that name. Yep. Oh, Enjoy the Journey. Okay. So I'm going to put both of these down. So these are designer papers. The colors you choose will pop. Yes, they will. I first did this without the black behind it, and it looks so much better with it. Okay, so I cut these so that they should have an even border around them on the four sides. There we go. Now my colors are popping. And now I'm actually going to put this straight down on, okay, this is an example of when using Stampin' Blends, make sure that you have something underneath you when you're coloring, so in case it bleeds through, because it always does. So I'm putting this straight down with adhesive. I'm not popping it with dimensionals because I'm going to pop this saying, the greeting, with dimensionals. So we're going to put this on here. Ah, isn't he so cute? Or she. I don't know which. And I have this little piece of, this is probably both Melon Mambo and Polished Pink. I love that. This is, I think, a couple shades of Mango Melody. Thank you. So I need my memento again. And this saying that I'm using says, sending gaggles of good wishes. In case you're wondering, if you didn't notice that, when you use photopolymer, it almost always sticks. Did you see me have to lift it off of this? Sending gaggles of good wishes. So it's not just you. That's how things roll around here with photopolymer. Now I want my, I had something else from me. Just a second. It's not there. Looking for my paper snips, and all I see is my lid for it. Drives me crazy when I do that. And you know I'm not using my ribbon scissors for it. All right, I gotta go get one of my little kits. Oops. I have these. I know, isn't it cute? I have these bags. Why can't I figure out my words today? I have these bags for everybody's spot when they come to club now or class. And they all have paper snips in it and a bone folder, and that wasn't very straight. And what's the other one? Take your pick tool. Okay. Now I have it trimmed as much as I want. I had to go with a smaller sentiment because of where I want to put it. It wouldn't fit right. Okay, so using my dimensionals, putting it right here, crossing several lines. I like, I know it is cute. I like crossing lines rather than meeting them. Like, I don't want to go right up to the end of this. I like them to be able to see all the designs everywhere. Okay, so I am using two different embellishments right now. So this first one is called Adhesive Backed Studs. This is part of the Legendary Ride suite. I don't know what page that's on, and I'm not going to go look it up right now, but it's a motorcycle one, and it's cool. And I'm not using my Take Your Pick tool this time. Sometimes these bigger ones I struggle with that tool. So I'm going to put on here, and on here, and on here. Then, okay, so these are diamond circle. Is it circle? Is it flat? Sort of pointy. It's round, but there's a point to it a little bit. Diamond, circle, rectangle, and black and silver. So very masculine looking. And then I'm also using, these are called Adhesive Backed Milky Dots. These are white, petal pink, Night of Navy, and Mango Melody. And so I want the Mango Melody. My white over here just looked sort of blank. And so I decided I was going to put some more color over here using my embellishments. I'm just sliding them this time. Oh, they're not lined up evenly. There. I'm all done. Isn't he so cute? I love it. Okay, so this stamp set again is Silly Goose. Makes me happy. Okay, so next card. I'm going to show you. Well, first I'm going to stamp. So I used, this is another stitched stylish shapes. Thank you. I'm glad you guys like it. It's I don't know, it's a medium. It's definitely not, oh, it's the center one. I'm gonna pull this. So 1, 2, 3 in, either from small or from the larger. So it's the middle size. And my goose this time barely fits here. Again, it's probably cuts off just a little bit, but I wanted it this way because of the design that I wanted to go with. So this one is so fun. See how it picked it up? Happens every time. So don't be afraid if it happens to you. All right, look at this cute silly goose. So I did the same thing. So I already have one stamped. And actually, I'm using the same colors plus an additional color. Well, additional couple colors because we have a cute little frog in here. So I'm going to start with the frog. So these are so tiny. I'm just using the regular marker. I don't want to use the Stampin' Blends because I don't like using the fine tip of the Stampin' Blends. I prefer the brush tip and it's way too big. So my frog colored. Now while I have this out, I'm also going to color the leaves on the flower of her hat. This one we're definitely calling a her. The stem of this one. Okay. All right. Then I'm starting with her hat. I don't know why. So I'm using crumb cake. It makes me think of a straw hat. I'm not sure that this is the straw color, but this is what we're going with, this crumb cake. So I'm doing that. Everything but the band of the hat. So I forgot the band I want to do. And pumpkin pie, I guess. Not trying to put down too much color because then it gets too dark. The more you color over it, the darker that it gets. I want, this is polished pink. So I'm making pink flowers. I'm honestly not worrying about the center because it's so tiny. I just colored it in on mistake. In fact, I'll leave that one white. Okay. While I have this out, no, I'm gonna do this last. The beak is going to be Mango Melody. I don't have any feet on it on this one. Oh, I'm gonna do the inner tube or raft, whatever you want to call it. Do you call this pool toy? I don't know what you want to call it. So I'm gonna get the outside of this with Mango Melody. For some reason, the way I was talking, because I'm still trying to talk while I'm coloring, which you know is difficult for me. The way I was talking made me think of, oh shoot, what's his name? A little bit of green, a little bit of blue, a little bit of blue. Who's that? I forgot his name. Put you to sleep while you're watching him color. That's what I felt like I was doing. Don't fall asleep on me. Huh? All right. So I got the cute little inner tube thing. Isn't his name Bob something? So far. All right, now I want Mango to make the polka dots. I wanted to do this after No, this is Melon Mambo. I just called this Mango. My M's get me confused. Melon Mambo for this. Because I didn't want to pick up the color. But yes, Bob Ross. Thanks, Sandy. I couldn't think of his name. I didn't want to pick up the, or smear the Melon Mambo when I colored with the Mango Melody. If I did the other way around. Okay, so I'm just tracing my water here. And I'm gonna do a little bit of gray, even though there's not the plumage, the wings. The wings is what had the extra that I was showing on the last one. I'm still just outlining some of this right here, just to add some interest. I don't want it too dark, and that's partly why I used a blender pen rather than Stampin' Blends. So here is my goose, and now we're going to build the card. Now that I have all my coloring done. Okay, so I'm starting this time with yeah, exactly, the Happy Painter. I'm starting with pumpkin pie this time, and it's just a card front because of the design that I'm going with. And I don't know if you can tell or not, but I embossed it. I used the, so this is, these are stripes and splatters. These are the small embossing folders that will fit in the mini boss. So I used the splatters one because it sort of goes with the idea of the water. So I like that. But these two come together, and they're in the annual catalog. So I used those. And then I used this designer paper from the Enjoy the Journey again. So I'm going to put this down. I'm putting a little bit extra adhesive on here because I'm not sure how much I overlap with my embossing at the bottom. It struggles if you don't have extra. Okay, so here's my card base so far. Now, this time, what I did was, okay, this is Melon Mambo again. Sorry, it's the M's. Melon Mambo again. And I wanted some design on my card here. And so I used the Stitched with Whimsy dies. These are ones that they don't cut anything out. They just cut stitching into the card. Here's more shapes that come with it. So you have like the full-size card, you have a layer, you have a couple squares, and a little rectangle. So it will not cut anything out, it just cuts into it. So what I'm doing with this is I'm going to mount this on a diagonal. It goes with my diagonals in my designer paper, and just it's for a different look, for different fun fold sort of thing. So I'm keeping this on the diagonal, and I'm using this stamp set, or this greeting says, "You've got a friend in me." So I'm stamping that also on a diagonal, or on a, I'm making this diamond, I guess is what I think diagonal is the wrong way to talk about it. Okay, again, I'm adding more adhesive than normal because of where I'm putting it. So I'm sort of lining it up a little bit right where my my designer paper ends here. So here's my card with it, this fun fold. And I have a little bit of black because it helps all my colors pop. And I cut it. This is 2 by 2 inches, by the way, which is just smaller than this stitching and just larger than this, barely. Need my dimensionals. I managed not to lose these like I usually do. Okay, so by the way, I always show, see how tiny that is compared to a tiny bit of a border. When I'm done here, I always go and I edit my video as far as giving you links to my website and stuff like that. And then on my website, I always have the item numbers and the links to go order those, but I won't be able to include this new product yet. I won't have any links for them yet, so that won't help you, but I'll still give you item numbers so that you can order them tomorrow. One last thing that I want to do, it's still, even though I added some texture down here, I still want a little bit of something, and so I'm using this black and white gingham, and I'm making a little bow. So I have, can you see? I made 2 loops here. I'm going to cross them, and then tuck one of the loops through the hole that I made. Excuse me. And then I'm going to keep going. Pizzazz. Is that's my color choices, or what's the pizzazz, Dina? All right, go back and forth, getting my bow to the size that I want it, and then I can, my ribbon scissors made me think of a thing. I don't remember who shared it, but I saw somebody posted a meme. It said, my mom caught me using her ribbon scissors on wrapping paper, and now the cops are here. I love it. Yes, don't use ribbon scissors on paper. Okay, so here's my bow, and now I need my mini glue dots. We're going to press it on the glue dot to pick it up. So I'm pressed the knot right on it. And then it's just going to go right here. And here's my card. All right. Thank you. All right, I'm all done. So I'm going to lift you for a minute because I'm going to upside down you, put you backwards again, and lift. Here I am. Okay. Okay, so here is the last card that I made. So cute. And then you can open to see you've got a friend in me. And then here's the first one that I did. Oops, I just lost everybody. Thank you. I'm so glad that you like them. Here they both are. So here's the Silly Goose. So there's a saying in here that I loved. It says, a silly goose told me it's your birthday. This silly goose forgot. That is perfect for me. Let's see here. I don't think I have, I have one more reminder. Thank you so much, ladies. I have one more reminder for you. I just sent out a reminder for retreat. The winter one-day crafting retreat is February 25, and registration ends on February 1. So we're 4 weeks away from that. So I just thought I'd send a reminder. So you can sign up for that. You get $25 of amazing product in a goodie bag. You get lunch and supper, snacks, pillow gifts. It's a beloved Stampin' Up! Name for people on incentive trips. They get gifts delivered to their room every night. So that's a fun thing. So we call them pillow gifts. And, you get to make a couple of projects, but you bring like a project to work on all day, or projects. That's up to you. I usually don't need to bring much. I'm too busy going around gabbing with people. So, but it's a good day to get stuff done. One of my team members last time, she and her daughter came. So sorry. She had everything prepped, and they ended up assembling, stamping, and putting together whatever 150 Christmas cards. So that was an awesome thing. People can do stamping, scrapbooking. We have Nadine's daughter always makes wreaths. I about said leaves. You just bring whatever craft you're working on. So anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. I do have host codes for my clubs that are this month, so I will email those out today so that people have them in case they want to order right away tomorrow. Thanks for joining me. Have a great day. Happy New Year. And I will see you again next week, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Thank you so much. Bye.